Hey you guys, so welcome back. Today we got quite a bit of stuff to catch up on. I have quite a few things to talk about, some awesome things that I've been loving for the past month of September, and then some things that I just wasn't really excited about. So if you guys want to know my monthly favorites, hits and misses, and you guys want to see the products that I think you guys definitely need to invest in, then let's get to this. Okay, so we're going to start off with skincare. One product in here that I immediately fell in love with about, I'd say a couple weeks ago. I was on Instagram and I came across a post, and it was these acne dots that this company was promoting. And I've tried acne dots in the past. You guys know I really do like Peace Out acne skin dots, but they are pretty expensive. They're about $20 some for maybe a pack of 12 or something. So they can get a little pricey, but people were talking in the comments. So I was just kind of reviewing, seeing what people were saying about them. But there was a comment that I came across, and somebody had mentioned that they had actually started using some acne dots from Amazon, and you can get a much bigger package for a much lesser cost for it, and they worked incredible. So of course, me being me, I was like, wait, what? So I went onto Amazon and I found these. I came across a few different brands, but this is the first brand that I decided that I would give it a shot. Hair Science HYDROCOLLOID Acne Patches, and they come in a box like this, and then they come with a set of 36. And I put it on my cystic acne, and then I put it on any acne that I had that just had like a white head on top of it. And the next morning, I'm going to show you a picture of here because I could not believe it. Like, I sent it to my husband because I was like, this is incredible. So this is the pimple that I wanted to show you guys. Well, this is the little dot that was on the pimple. Please don't mind my nail. But look at all that pus. That is everything that came off of my pimple. And my pimple is like dramatically smaller. This one here is another one right there. That little white in the center, that there is the pimple. You guys will notice that in the center of the acne spot, there's like a whitish mark on there. That is actually the patch pulling and sucking everything out from the pimple. The pimple that I had, which was actually right here, you can see like a tiny little dot was actually sucked out, and it's diminished, like it's completely gone. My husband had a pesky pimple that he couldn't get rid of that was right here, and I put it on him, and then the next morning it was completely gone. They recommend that you put it on after you wash your face and tone it, and you put it on for at least a minimum of about 6 hours. And it is just a crazy experience to witness, you guys. It's disgusting, but it's really cool at the same time because you can definitely see a reduction in size in your pimple. The other thing about this is that it's not super flat, so I wouldn't recommend using it underneath makeup because it is pretty noticeable, but I've also used it in the day. Like, was only able to wear it for about 4 hours, and it does a good job. You guys have got to try it. That's all I'm going to say. Just give it a shot. Let me know what you think. They're amazing, but I can tell you right now, I will forever buy these. Next thing I have is the Jergens Body Butter Collection. I don't know how new these are, but I found them on Octoly, and I thought I'd give them a shot because I was really intrigued by this one, which has got calming lavender essential oil in it. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you like lavender, you guys would definitely love this. It's not super strong at all. It's very therapeutic. I love to use this after I shave my legs, and especially if I like shave my arms or anything. It just is so soothing on the skin. Some body butters I find they're too thick and they take a really long time to, you know, soak up into the skin, but this one actually dries pretty quickly. Like, you can put this on your skin, really moisturize your legs, your body, whatever, and then within just, you know, 30 seconds, you're completely fine to put on your clothes. So I'm looking at my new drawer. I have like some primers in my new drawer section that I need to test out. So I do have a few primers. I have two primers. The first one is the Milk HydroGrip Primer. I picked this up in my Sephora haul. I tend to focus this mainly on the areas where my foundation fades the quickest, which is on my chin. Which is on my chin and my nose. So that is where I put it. I've used it a few times, and I will say I find this to work really well with certain foundations. I find that it works really well with like my liquid foundations. It holds really great throughout the day. But when I get more into like mousse formula types of foundation, I tend to find that it breaks it up pretty quickly, and it really doesn't hold it that much longer. So I do like it. I just find that it's a little testy with my foundations. And then the other primer I have is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I feel like the hype of it for me was so high that it almost let me down for that reason. Now, I will say I do like how smooth it is. I do find that when I apply it onto my skin does feel very smooth, and I do find that when I put it on more of my textured areas, like my cheek areas, I do see that my foundation kind of goes on a little bit smoother and everything looks a little bit more blurred. As far as like my pores go, I don't see it being that great for it, especially like right in my cheek area where I tend to focus more like pore primers like this. I do find that it does a little bit of kind of a blurring effect to my pores. I'm not sold on it as big as the beauty community had made it out to be, if that makes sense. Does that? Let's move into foundation. This past month, I tested out the Fenty Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I picked the shade up to 60. I did a full-on review, and in the review, I felt like that day my foundation did pretty well. Like it held up pretty well all day considering I didn't blot or anything. But since then, I tried mixing it, I tried using different brush techniques and stuff like that, and I just don't feel like it really does a great job on my skin. I feel like Fenty foundations in general just really, they don't like me. And that's okay. I mean, I keep trying. Maybe one day they'll come out with another foundation that will work really well. I knew going into this that it was definitely going to be a more hydrating foundation, and I was okay with it because I was kind of in that middle, like I'm kind of in that middle ground right now where I really don't want a super matte foundation, but I want kind of like a little bit of dew I'm okay with, but this one just gave me a little too much dew. And at first with this foundation, I do find that it applies so beautifully, and when you set it, it looks so flawless. I do give it that, and it's so nice to wear on the skin. Like it doesn't feel heavy or anything, but it does a really great job at covering. It's as the day progresses, I find that my skin just like starts to melt away. Everything just starts to go bad for me, and no matter how many times I set it or I blot it, it just will not work for my skin. So I have heard for so long that the setting spray is like the best of the best of the best. I have been trying out the Set and Refresh Mist. This is the Morphe and JEFFREE Star collab, and this one is in Starberry scent. The scent on this is incredible. I love how great this one smells, and I do love the mister on this. I think that it is by far the best mister for a setting spray I've ever tried, but I don't find that this does that great of a job for on my skin. It doesn't really seem to prolong anything on my skin. My foundation doesn't seem to last very long or longer, and I don't seem to find it to be as great as like still using my Urban Decay one or my Skindinavia, so I'm just not sold on it. So I will finish this up, but I probably wouldn't repurchase this ever again. So I have two eyeshadow palettes. The first one I have is the Naked Urban Decay Honey palette. I did do a full-on review on this, so if you guys want to check it out, I'll have it linked right here. And then I also did two separate looks using the palette as well. When I first saw this on Instagram, I wasn't very excited about it. I thought it just was a palette that I truly was going to maybe play with once or twice and then put it away in my drawers and forget about it. I really do love the creaminess to the colors. I find that these shadows aren't super buttery, but they're just right, just the perfect right to get to blend it out, and you can create such a seamless matte finish look, or you can do a shimmer eye look, or you can just use one color, you can use multiple colors. And I do like just how seamless this palette is because every color in here to me really does well with each other. It pairs really well. The thing that I noticed about this palette was that although the colors look pretty similar in this palette, each matte shade in here actually takes on a completely different look once it's on the eye. It's not anything that you actually expect. Like some of these colors go on a lot darker than expected. The mattes in here just play really well with each other, so you can create a really easy like all matte look, and it looks really presentable, and you can wear it for the day or you can wear it for the night. I don't want to spend too much time because I did already speak about this, but if you are looking into this palette, I really do think it's a good palette. I think it actually won me over pretty quickly. Then we move into the next palette, which is the Morphe and JEFFREE Star palette. I did, again, do a review using this palette, and then we did an eye look. And I've been using this palette quite often off camera because I really do like the colors in here. I really love the variation of color and neutrals that I have in this palette. But I love that this palette didn't have too many bold colors in it. Like if you were just to remove like this one and then that hot pink, there really isn't a whole lot of really crazy colors in here. And I think that's like the one thing I was a little bit nervous about with JEFFREE Star palettes, which is why I never bought one, was that even though I loved the looks of them and the way that they looked like in the box and stuff, my biggest concern was always like, will I get as much use out of it as I'm expecting to, and that was always where I was a little bit nervous. But when I saw this palette, I really did think that I would get a lot of use out of it, and I still have, and I still find it to be a really good palette. I have one mascara that I really do like, but I cannot believe just how split the reviews are on this mascara, and it is the Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara. This here is one that I just recently got in my Ipsy box, and I am on the bandwagon with loving this mascara. I find this mascara to be incredible for my lashes. I feel like it really does work on my lashes. It really gives them the chubbiness and kind of thickness that I'm looking for in my lashes. But I just find that the only thing with this mascara is that it is a patient mascara. So I have like this cocktail of mascaras that I use to make this work. And I start off with like a very thin spiky band, like the spiky wand mascara, like the Roller Lash or the Bad Gal Bang mascara is how I like to begin it. I let that kind of dry until it gets a little tacky, and then I go in with this mascara. So I kind of have already lengthened my lashes, and then with this mascara, I go in and really kind of build the intensity of them. If I don't have a lot of time and I'm just trying to apply mascara, I will not use this, because I do find that if you go in too quickly with this, it will get clumpy. It really will look like you only have 2 lashes. Then we're finishing off with lip products. I have found some really great lip products here recently, and I can't stop wearing them. So I have a couple color combinations that I've been loving. I'll speak about these two because they kind of go hand in hand with this color combination, which is actually what I'm wearing today. This has been like my favorite lip combo, and it is MAC's Lip Liner in Whirl. So, no, not Whirl, I apologize, in Plum. I'll take MAC's Lip Liner in Plum. Favorite liquid lipstick here recently has been the OFRA Cosmetics and Madison Miller collaboration, and this here is Oh My Rai Rai. It is such a great color. This will probably be one of like a handful of liquid lipsticks that I probably will use up until the very end. When I put this on, I find that it actually darkens just a little bit, that for me it's almost like that perfect pinky brownish color, and it's just right. But if you guys like lipsticks, I definitely have to recommend the new JOAH lipsticks. The first one here is called Glamping. Now these are very creamy lipsticks, so that one there is Glamping. The other one I really do like is this one here, which is called Sorry Not Sorry. So if you guys like more of a lighter pinkish tint, then you guys would like this one. That's Sorry Not Sorry. And then the last one I have is Yes, which I hate saying that word. I feel so stupid when I say it. But that's what it looks like. It is super light, super nude. But this lipstick particularly is the one that I love to put right in the center of this color combination. I didn't do it today, but normally if I wear like my liquid lipstick with it, I will put this on, and then right in the center, I'll put this right on it, and it does such a good job because it is more of a hydrating lipstick. So instead of having to go in with gloss, I just go in with it, and it gives me a little bit of lightness in the center and a little bit more of like a hydrated lip look. Okay, and then the last one I have is actually a lip stain, which I don't think I've ever really talked about lip stains here on my channel because I'm not really a fan of. Like, I have some, but I never ever reach for them. And this one here, I cannot put down. I keep this in my purse so that if I'm ever just like getting out of the house and I only have foundation on, I can put this on, and it just gives my lips just a little bit, like a tinge of color, but it gives it also a little bit of plumpingness to it. And this one is in the shade Frenchie, and this is one of their Serial Kissers. It's just going to make your lips look more evened, and it's going to provide a little bit, just a little bit of plumping and then just a little bit of glossiness to it, but it is so good. And I'm telling you guys, I'm not the biggest fan of lip stains, but those are incredible. So I think I did it. I did not realize how many products I had that I needed to talk to you guys about, but that is my September favorites. Let me know down below if you guys have tried any of these. I know it was a lot to process. If you guys are wanting to check any of these products out, I will have them all linked down below, including shade names and colors for like lipsticks and stuff like that. This video, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, and also hit your notification bell. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.